Hello and welcome back to StarCraft. For today, we're going to be playing some more Zerg Hex in the StarCraft arcade. And this episode is one that you guys have been looking forward to, at least in the community. I've been getting asked to a lot because I'm showing off what is come to be known as the Python build. It's being called that by most everyone on the community because I used a Python script to calculate it and put it together, as Zerg has been having a bit of a rough time in Zerg Hex recently with all the shine on it and all the Terran players coming and saying, oh, look at all this video that Winter did or Incursus did on Terran and you had to get good. Zerg has been getting kind of pummeled a lot, so I took a little time, I had a little fun with it and said, hey, I'm gonna just do my programming thing and build a little script that just takes the Zerg eco function and says, hey, this is how the Zerg gains economy. What is the most economy you can get? What is the most income you can get at every stage of the game? So I just had it set to determine the maximum possible greed of economy for every supply purchase, and then let it run. And it came up with a couple builds. This version is modified to assume that your teammate is also doing the same thing, because remember, Zerg economy also factors in your teammates' spawners as well. So this one assumes that, and while I don't have a teammate who's cooperating, I didn't want to try to practice and learn multiple versions of what is honestly very similar. So I'm putting this together to show off this. Now I did do an extra little modification here, because this is a cheese build. Going full economy, not great for actually winning the game if you don't apply pressure to the Terrans. Turns out the Terrans just kind of walk over your base and just destroy all of your stuff. So what I did here, if you just noticed, is I went and upgraded all the default spawners. So while that did cost a fair amount of money, and it slows me down actually quite significantly, it's going to help keep me alive. I've noticed my actual survival rate of doing this is significantly higher. And now I just have some strikelings that I can micro around and get some damage done. Like, look at this Marine, it's gonna go... Okay, so the Marine survives, but we can get some damage done. We can break down walls where the Terrans aren't expecting it, and we can not really do all that much, but I'm trying to do what damage I can. Any amount of SCVs I can take, any single units, any refineries, especially refineries. Like, I want to try to get this refinery here. If the Marines don't notice, I can get over here and... No, okay, so they're going to defend that just fine. But for now, I'm just going to keep doing my thing. So basically, you start out, you get one... For the first wave, you get one extractor, and then 4 strikeling spawners, and then you go, and the next wave you get 1 extractor and 10 strikeling spawners. So I'm just waiting here for monies. There it is. And get down my 1 extractor, and next up I want to get 10 strikeling spawners, which actually is somewhat threatening. I can start doing some real damage here. Like these, I'm just gonna run my few little strikelings over here into that, which probably won't do anything. Honestly, it's not that few strikelings really can't get much done. But once we get up to 10 strikeling spawners here, then we can actually get some damage done, and we'll see how much work we can actually do with them. There have been games where I've been able to, at this point, like completely push in Terrans that have they break and they just like mentally damaged from all the strikelings hitting the right places at the right time, and they realize that they don't have any more things on the low ground other than the Marines, and they're like, okay, well, they just kind of give up. Now there I'm doing a little cheeky thing. I don't know if cheeky is the right word. I'm switching my spawners. I switched so that the spawners, the ranged spawn units, the creepers, will go to the wall instead of charging at the Marines. Let the Marines deal with the slowlings, and let the ranged units start shooting over the wall and try to get some damage done. If the Terran isn't paying attention, we might be able to do something. But here's an excellent example. So I can come right over here, there we go, and just kill off that SCV immediately, and then try to push in. Looks like he respawned, so I won't be able to get any more damage done with those. But that's still an SCV loss. That's 10 gas lost from the Terran. That's a wall, or a gate destroyed. The gate specifically cost 10 gas. And that's not all that much damage, but it's something that the Terran has to pay for. And because I'm not actually attempting to meaningfully attack the Terrans, any amount of slowing down I do is great. Like, we could just punch right through this wall. Kill an SCV, 2 Reapers. Beautiful, that's 10 more gas lost off of the Terran, as well as 40 minerals worth of Reapers. Great! Just more damage done. Any amount of damage I can do here is excellent, because I'm not expecting to really get any damage done here. The purpose of this build is to be as greedy as possible, get as much done as we can, and then at the perfect timing, just switch on over to mass units and pummel the Terrans right as they're expecting to start attacking me. Just remember, Terrans are humans too. They aren't perfect with their play. They're just going to build up and say, hey, I'm free to build up, I can get greedy myself, I can spend a lot of my economy, I can get a nice sturdy base, get a nice timing attack going, and then push out when I'm ready. And you know when Terrans tend to do that? About the 15-minute mark. 15-minute mark is, as many of you Zergs may know, is about the time when the firebats come out. Like, the fastest firebats come out at about the 15-minute mark. And, wouldn't you know it, strikelings just happen to be quite good at them. So while we have the firebats coming out at the 15-minute mark, while we have a bunch of Terrans trying to push it at the 15-minute mark, you know what would be really good for us to do? Yes, excellence. That's 2 more SCVs and a Reaper. Good damage, good damage. You know what I would like to do? Just take all of my massive eco that I've been building up for the early part of the game, and while I'm not getting much damage done, just spending it all and getting more economy up and running, and then just suddenly switch on over to mass units. And I've tried a couple different builds here for this. I don't think I find roaches to be the most effective. Like, I had a couple attempts where I went for the primal roaches, and those were obviously they're stronger than roaches, but the problem is you have to spend extra on the technology, the extra armor upgrade, and you can't get as many of them out because they just cost more supply. So I find they don't work quite as well. Like, if I had the opportunity to, I would love to. The issue is that they're just too expensive. But roaches, on the other hand, I can get 2 supply waves worth of them and just rush down a single Terran, and it works out pretty well. At least better than I expected anyways. And especially because I have so much economy, I can just instantly pump out all those upgrades, get movement speed, get attack speed with all the roach upgrades. And okay, so this guy over here, looks like those marines aren't far enough ahead, and I've got a lot of strikelings, so I can just kinda chuck. Yes, beautiful. Okay, so that's gonna be 100 gas down the drain and 50 minerals for him. That'll slow him down even more, which is excellent. He'll have to rebuild that one. And let's just try to see what other damage I can do here. He's building that, but the construction yard over here isn't built just yet. I think I'd smash through this, just go right through the gate and get some units done. Alright, that's a couple Reapers, a bunch of SCVs, and turn on the construction yard. Oh, it completed just in time with the damage resistance. That damage resistance, I think I get a little greedy there. If the damage buff or the armor buff on that wasn't up, I think we would have taken it, but I might be able to get in here again with these strikelings and get some more damage done, or maybe not. Those shock troopers they just blow up the strikelings for days. Now, whenever this happens, the trick is to not care about all of these initial spawners. I'm going to lose them. You know, it's about 12 minutes in. The Terrans are getting pushy. They're poking and prodding me to be like, oh, how much damage can I get done? It's time to kill the Zerg. We've been sitting around too long. Yeah. I don't care about those spawners. I'm just going to rebuild them. I just want to buy as much time as possible so I can get up to above 2,000 economy and then just roll them. Alright, we'll get into here, and do we kill off the gas? Nope, the marines show up, and he's got shattering laser, it looks like, which is going to kill an infinite amount of strikelings. So now that we've got this, I've got up to, this should be the 30th. Yes, so that's 30 strikeling spawners now. I've got a few extra left here, so I'm gonna just throw down the rest of these as what are they called, swarmling spawners. And then toss over my, okay, beautiful. So if I use my green goo, I forget what it's called, but it's basically, you know, the fungal cloud. If I use that and the Terran backs off, that's exactly what I want. So what I'm going to try to do here is I revealed that I have my strikelings here, and hopefully I'm literally just bluffing. Like, if you come forward, I have units here. As I revealed to you that they are here by going close to your wall, and it looks like he doesn't care. So I'm going to try to get something done here. I'm just going to run past him, and excellent. Alright, so that's going to take care of this. Can I get inside? Can't get inside, so let me just kill this. Didn't kill that. That's unfortunate. Alright, so now he has no more energy production. That's probably going to slow him down a fair amount. Let me get just 3 more of these, and that should be all I need. So now it's at the 14-minute mark, and I did find that If I don't get the upgrades, the upgraded spawners at the beginning, then I would already have completed this phase and would already be working toward my roaches. However, I would probably also be dead right now, so there's that. Getting a couple infestors because we're transitioning over toward units now, as I've got a lot of economy. Just giving him a little sass. Oop, and that's team. There we go. Now he can hear me. Excellent. And let me see, what else can I do with these strikelings? There's not a whole lot I can do with these strikelings until I get out the upgrades. It looks like my teammate is actually got the Zerg armor upgrade here, which is going to make my life easier, though I would prefer that I get it. Mostly because I have the economy and my teammate does not. My economy went more aggressive early game, so he's only got 1,200 minerals per minute, where I have just about double that. So it would have been fairly inconsequential for me to get it, whereas for him, he had to save up for 2 minutes. And that's not ideal. I'm going to try this run by again. Looks like he's ready for me this time. And I'm just gonna... I don't have any more charges of the anti-energy cloud, so he's gonna take over. So he's just gonna kill off some of my spawners there, but that's fine. As you see there, I've already got a bunch of roaches going down, and once I can get another supply going, I'm giving him more attention because the other Terrans aren't actually doing things yet. But I have roaches on the field, and I can get the upgrades for them. I'm just taking all those spawners that I lost earlier and rebuilding them up top. We're getting another supply wave of roaches here, so we're going up to 2 supply waves worth of roaches, and then we will get the upgrades for them. I'm trying not to reveal that I have roaches yet, because if he's not prepared for them, then we can get some serious damage done, especially if I hit when they're max upgraded. Yeah, you see he's starting to really get forward. I've got Terrans pushing on all sides. I do not want him to get this buggo, so I'm going to reveal my roaches here, and that will scare him off. And do we actually get damage down here? Kill the gate? Okay, so he can hold that, which is fine. I'm going to destroy my own hatchery here because I do not intend to defend that. Like, it's just not defensible at this point. Yeah, he knows. So by destroying my own nest there, he can't actually get the buggo off of it. Because I don't get the buggo, he doesn't get the buggo, no one gets the buggo. It's great. So I don't have to worry about that. The other Terrans are still hiding, more or less. And now that we have roaches out in the field, and fully upgraded roaches, once we can start getting some serious damage done here. I have strikelings, as we have seen. They can break through walls, so my goal, at least my objective, is strategy, is going to be using these strikelings to knock holes in the wall, and then walk in there with the roaches. Which usually works out pretty well. Eventually I'm going to get the strikeling upgrade so I can get more of them. Just bring the roaches over here, bring the roaches back, let the strikelings hit that side of the wall, and... not enough damage. We do some serious damage here. I'm going to send some of these roaches around the side. My ally's having some issues. I can send some more strikelings in. But it looks like... oh, looks like he moved all of his units over to the side. So now when the roaches are able to go in and just cause more roaches to appear, and then we can get some serious damage done in here. We may actually finish him off with this. I need to bring the rest of my forces in, which is probably not going to happen because they're so far away, but we have roaches inside doing damage. Come on. Okay, well, he'll clean that up eventually. My question now is, does he try to clean that up and push out, or just wall up and turtle whoever? Because my goal here is to convince him to wall up and turtle forever. If I do that, then I've already spent so much into my economy. Okay, now this is bad. The reason this is bad is the stasis actually locks my units in place for 40 seconds, and they won't respawn so long as those are in there. So I can't... I have no units right now. I actually can't do anything. Which is really unfortunate. So I'm just going to take these infestors and have them try to start feeding on his walls. Remember, the infestors, every time they attack a Terran unit, they gain energy, and far more energy than they would normally gain just by walking, or just by their normal recharge rate. So, alright, he's sending Marines out, which means he's getting... looks like he's fixed his energy issue, and he's no longer afraid of the roaches. Have my infestors feed on this. Looks like my units have stopped being in stasis, so they can respawn again. And okay, so I think he's gonna chill there for a while. I need to worry about this guy a little bit. Yeah, that's why. I'm gonna keep my strikelings going around the side. I'll let my roaches continue rebuilding, and then rebuild these as swiftly as soon as I go down. And my roaches are in. Did my roaches get him? Oh, my roaches got him. Yeah, he just is entirely unprepared for the upgraded roaches. Okay, so that works. Let's just go blow up his base then. If I can grab some of these and just micro them, tell them to go straight inside the base, that would be awesome. Maybe we'd actually finish him off. And here comes the stasis again, which is really rather unfortunate. We don't actually kill off the tech lab, which is very close, but not quite there. Okay, so it looks like the enemy has self-destructed their own walls to prevent my Infestor feasting on them, which is good for them. This is my cue to get more roaches, as while we did a lot of damage, I want to actually, when I break red, I want to actually go in there and fully finish him off. I don't want to let them just turtle up as is. So we can get a couple more supply waves of roaches. We'll go up to 4 supply waves of roaches. And this should absolutely just overrun anything that they could possibly build here, which would be great. Gonna move these guys over. Yeah, he's still moving out. Yeah, just you stay inside, friend. You don't come out ever. Once I get all the Terrans, okay, so now I'm being attacked over here, which is not unexpected. Let me bring all the units over, send in the roaches. I'm gonna have, while the roaches are going to attack the front, I'm gonna have the strikelings open the back, get the strikeling upgrades for the extra strikeling waves, and it looks like the 2 waves of roaches over here are actually getting something done in the front. Yeah, he was not quite prepared for that, and so we're just gonna walk over him. We got my Infestors eating his walls, eating the walls of the bottom left Terran, and roaches are all the way inside. Okay, so we should be able to march forward. We have plenty of roaches for that. Next thing I want to start doing is start working on my economy. Stasis hurts, friends. Next thing I want to do is work on my economy, because if I can break this player here, but he's already prepared to fall back, so I'm not gonna be able to do that, unfortunately, as much as I wanted to. This guy looks like he destroyed some of his walls, but not all of them. Let's try to break him. Camera, please. Alright, so that's all cleaned up. He self-destructed everything, so I'm not getting any more energy out of that. So now I can just start transitioning back into the economy. Now that all the Terrans down here are locked inside, I can start really spiraling out of control. Without significant threat of pressure, the Zerg, I can just dump so much into economy and just outscale all the Terrans alone. Just go into the late game by just hammering out economy, and then eventually switching over to units again, mostly after getting like 50 upgrades, and just marching over everything with the Terran can't do anything about it. So right here, I've just got to let the red Terran kill off all of my units and start spending time working on top. So top Zerg, he is doing well. He's had some issues. Looks like he had an economy phase at some points, and just now is transitioning into units once again. I'm gonna start helping him out. I've got strikelings to bring walls down. I've got roaches to actually get some damage done. It looks like he's on blue, so I'm gonna probably attack purple here. Is probably for the best, just to keep a little bit of pressure on. Alright, let me just pull all my roaches. Let me go on, get over here, thank you. Have the strikelings open up the bottom side. It looks like there's not a whole lot of units over here, and then I'll just march in there with the roaches once everything's all good and ready. I'm just making sure to have a couple of spawners on all the Terrans down here so I have line of sight and actually keep things going. My teammate actually got that Zerg armor upgrade, but he has more economy than me at this point. I'm gonna just get the next speed upgrade so we can get in there. And nice. So we just break down that wall real quick, and I can directly attack these Marines, which should be great. Get the attack move going, and suddenly he's having a real bad time. Now those are veteran Marines, but we have a lot of roaches here, and he does not let me in the gate, so I'm gonna just attack that one bottom gate in particular to try to get inside. Force him to either retreat or... Okay, he's got nothing up there. Marines are coming back. Alright, let's just engage. Okay, so we've broken in. We've pushed red all the way back. My teammate is marching units in. So this is good. I need to keep on top of my economy here. And that's another stasis. They really love the stasis. Alright, in that case, I'm going to switch on over to pink here. Begin to prepare to break this wall. There is likely a construction yard on this. If there's a construction yard on that, there's a good chance I can't break it. Is Pete gonna survive that? I don't think he's gonna survive. There's no way he survives that. Purple's done for. These two players down here are just turtling up. They're too scared to push out. To be fair, it's probably for the best that they don't try to push out. At this point, they probably can only win by ion, which is rough play. Okay, I can break this, and I can't break that. Alright, so I'm gonna just attack anyways. Or not. Maybe not. Or, yeah, let me attack anyways. I was gonna pull out, I second-guessed myself for a second there. I was gonna pull out because I was just gonna wait for my teammate to arrive. My teammate was already there, so I'm gonna just attack anyways. This will... I suspect we're not actually gonna break him here, at least not for a while. It'll probably take... Wow, that's so many Marines. It'll probably take us a while to break him, because he seems to have a couple wall upgrades. Okay. My teammate just got upgrades 4 and 5, which means that with only 4,600 eco, that took him like 3.5, 4 minutes of saving up, which is questionable. Like you can offload some of that to your teammate sometimes, friend. But since he's doing that, I'm just gonna take advantage of it by not using any of those, new technology things. Instead, I'm gonna work on my own economy. By that, I mean work on the economy of the Zerg in general, because every time you get spawners, it also increases the economy of your teammate. So that is the logic here. Looks like bottom left here is actually doing a good thing of trying to capture that gas. I'm going to get rid of that, any hope and dream he may have doing so. Just remove that real quick. And start working on economy again. So remember, the Terrans are pushed in. The only Terran left out on the low ground is pink. And while that is dangerous, with the entire top Zerg pushing on him, he's not going to be pushing out anytime soon. And if I am grossly underestimating him, then I have a mess of roaches. I have strikelings in case firebats come out. We've got tools to beat him. All we have to do is just get more things, and the fastest way to do that is to build up your economy first and then transition into units. So as long as I keep going with my units, we'll be alright. Now I do want to get these infestors rolling with some specialty units. I'm going to start with, I like to start with the infested roach. While the infested roach isn't great at breaking down walls, it does one thing very well, and that is it punishes players who are still on tier 1 units. So if you have low level marines, if you have SCVs repairing your walls instead of defenders, then you can take the Terran off guard and break through their wall. It really forces the Terrans to stay on top of their game. It's like you see green has a couple SCVs on the front there. You saw black on the bottom left. He had SCVs defending a lot of his walls. Those players are vulnerable to the infestation ability of the infested roach. Okay, so I can actually use that to get over the wall, spawn roaches on the bottom side. Okay, well now green has an Italis here, which is gonna make things a little bit more difficult. But you see, look at those marines, just chilling over there with a bunch of SCVs. Yeah, I can infest those, turn them into roaches, and then break through his wall by virtue of gutting the inside of his base and leaving my units to break through the wall freely without having the extra wall armor and regeneration buff, or any SCVs repairing it, or any defenders repairing it, because my inside infested roaches will clear everything out. Works out pretty well, so I'm gonna get those rolling. I did get the infestors early enough to have the 1000 energy on them, so I can switch over to Toralisks, the Torask Super Ultralisk, very, very soon. I'm not sure how fast I'm going to do that, but for now, let me just send my units up to top, because my teammate is going to attack. We can break him. It looks like my teammate went with the brutalisk option, which should crush this, I think. I'm going to go in through the other side of the wall. Or never mind, I messed up my rally point, so I'm not going through the other side of the wall. I'm just going to go straight in. Should be able to break this just fine. And yeah, we are very much so in. Pink is looking like he's having a real rough time. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for pink. So let's just work on economy more. Now I'm doing this via spawners. That way it helps my teammate as well. Now you'll notice that I'm getting slowling spawners instead of the big spawning pool mineral containers. The reason for that is technically the slowlings are cheaper than the mineral containers, so it works out math-wise that it's just kind of better to use slowlings. Now, of course, if I spend too much APM doing this and not actually just building more stuff, then it's not worth it could be worth just to get the mineral containers, but for the moment, don't have pressure, have an opportunity, so I'm gonna just spam out slow lings and save myself some money while I'm at it. Get some more upgrades, just get in the supply upgrades so I can get more economy. Pink managed to hold. I'm guessing that was he sacrificed his units and did a more specialized fallback, or controlled fallback is the word I'm looking for. Alright, so here comes the ion cannon. Remember when I said their best hope of victory was ion cannons? Yeah, let's go end them real quick before they start doing things. By that I mean I'm just gonna send the infested roach up there, and my teammate is leaving, so I guess I'm not sending the infested roaches up there. To get you guys back over here. And it looks like my teammate's going to bottom left, which is a-okay by me, because I can use the infested roaches. Look at all those SCVs. I can use the infested roaches to just leapfrog my roaches over the wall and get the damage done. Okay, so whenever those brutalists get there, I'll just send in my infested roaches. Just wait, just chill over there for now, and start working on my stuff a bit more. Behind the scenes goodies. Is he gonna go? Go. Go, please. Thank you. And I actually want to start getting a Toralisk, as they are called here. I don't think I want to put it there, actually. Let's put it up the ramp. Yeah, right there. That's good. Alright, so now we have... Oh, he actually has Ravagers here. Send in all my units, and we're good. Alright, so it looks like he's got enough walls here that the SCVs actually aren't in range of the infestation ability, but we can just break down his walls here, so I'm gonna get a couple upgrades. Just a few, so we could break any amount of walls and get close enough to be in range of the SCVs. Come on. Make sure all this is good. We're alright over here. Get some more attack upgrades. And... Are we not breaking this? We just got like a bunch of attack upgrades. We're at attack level 16. He's got level 5 walls. We're getting ioned again. It'll take them a while to get those ions going. There's still 4 turns left, which is a threat, but... This is actually really close. Okay. If I get both of these guys attacking the same wall, will it break it? All we gotta do is like break one wall to shift close enough. Okay, it should only be like one wall to shift close enough to hit those SCVs. Because once those SCVs get hit, then it's going to spiral out of control very quickly. 16 defenders. Yeah, he's got a lot of units on that wall. Alright, we got it close enough. We just had to just manually move command them. But he's got enough heals there. I have to get both of them in range in order to actually finish him off. Okay, so in that case, I'm just gonna keep getting more units. Yeah, just let them know that I have ping in there, let my teammate know that I already have a Torah on the way. One Torask should break that wall. Like, we're just barely not breaking those walls down, so just having one Torah there should finish it off. And then we can get in range of the SCVs, and then things will spiral very quickly. Come on, if I can get the second infested roach. I don't think I can get this. I don't think I could fit the second infested roach close enough to the wall to actually get anything done there. So let's just bring the Torah over and start working on the next spawner here, because I've got a bunch of infestors here at the energy, courtesy of building them early and also feasting off the walls. Here comes the big boy. Let's go. Give him room. Get in there, and as you can see, the walls start taking damage a bit quicker. I'm getting some... Ooh, he's actually holding here. How many wall upgrades? We're up to 20 attack upgrades. We're breaking it. He's got these marines here. I'm bringing the infestors over. Okay, so we are breaking the walls here. Just slowly breaking them down. He's got a lot of upgrades here. And unfortunately, the stasis is going to come into play. Oh, yeah, you can see... That was just enough to get a couple SCVs over, but the stasis came in and killed off my infested roaches, which is really rather unfortunate, because we that was extremely close to breaking him. That was about to spiral out of control. But now we've got 2 Torus spawners, which will help. I got a bunch of Infestors because the Infestors have a transfuse ability, so we can just keep the Tora alive longer. I see Red has expanded here. He probably expanded a while ago, and I just didn't notice. I'm gonna go blow that up real quick. I got the goodies for it. In that case, I'm gonna switch on over to getting some more economy. I have a couple options here. I could just rush more Toralisks out, as well I can, or I could get more economy because I only have 13,000 minerals per minute, and that's not enough. It's 40 minutes in the match, only 13,000. I've spent a lot on getting upgrades. We've got a lot of upgrades actually. Like, I'm really surprised bottom left has managed to hold on this long. But I can just invest this into more spawners to give both myself and my teammate some more economic interest per minute. I'm gonna wait for the second tour here, and we should be able to break things. Though he's got level 14 walls. Yeah, we could just go for green or red, one of the two. Neither of which have higher walls, I suspect. No, I didn't get that. Okay, doesn't matter. We can just go for green next. Another ion beam. Get some more economy going. Just upgraded Zerg attack level 25. My teammate's coming with the Torus. Okay, so what I'm going to do is have my Torus go, keep my Infestors nearby, and keep my infested Roaches right behind the Torus. Like, I don't want the infested Roaches to actually hit the walls, because, well, they're big and fat, and I want the Ultralisks to be in there instead of the infested Roaches because they just do more damage. So instead, I'm gonna have the infested Roaches just follow the Toralisks and use my Infestors behind to heal them up. As you can see, they're hitting that transfuse. There we go. The Brooders are here, but they'll get pushed aside by the big boys themselves, and you can see we're eating through this very quickly, spamming up the attack upgrades, and we're in. Now, I'm going to send my Torus in. My teammate's good. So my teammate pulled his Toralisks out, which is very good. I sent mine in to guarantee the kill, though we probably didn't need to do that. I don't mind it, because I already have them. My Torus have been alive for a while. You can see they already respawned, so that's fine. We can move on to red next, because red didn't have big walls. Bring over my Infestors for the healing boosts, just to keep the Torus in fight in case something big happens, like they start actually shooting at them. This guy's got a fair few Italis, which means 2 things. It means, 1, he's not using ion cannon. If you notice, my hive only has 100 HP left, so he can use the... Okay, wow, those walls just melted. Yeah, we're getting to a point where we have more attack upgrades than the Terrans can possibly have defense upgrades, so at some point, they're just not going to be able to defend their walls at all. And you can see an example of it there, of just marching in. Yeah. So we already have that upgrade. So we're up to level 35 walls, or level 35 attack here. Honestly, we should probably go for red now. I'm lining up here. He's at 20 walls. Okay, let's go for red. There's no way this guy... Yeah, this guy only has level 9 walls. We could just march through that like paper. So, bottom right is I see this a lot in play. Terrans decide to get a Talus instead of ion beaming, and if red had ion beamed me, he could have done so like 2, maybe 3 times a lot of energy he had. I would be dead. Wouldn't have won them the game, at least not at this point, because I think we could just kind of steamroll them. But at least I would be gone, and they would have been far closer to victory than just building a couple of Vitalis and running in. So we just got an army of... I forgot to bring my Infestors over. No, that's bad. So we have an army of the Mega Ultralists here as we just march in there. I'm going to send my Torus in. Teammate, I think, is going to pull out. Yeah, my teammate pulls out. Excellent. I'm going to send my Torus in just to make sure he doesn't do anything cheeky, like have Marines that'll kill everything off. And now I have a bunch of Infestors with energy that can keep the Torus alive forever. And, okay, so what's happening here is I'm going to immediately spend all my money on supply upgrades. So remember, when I lose my hive as a Zerg player, I don't immediately lose the game. I still have full control of everything. I can still do everything. The only thing I cannot do is get upgrades and build the Omegalisk itself. Now, if you guys remember Zerg, all upgrades are shared except for supply, so I'm really not taking all that much loss here. I can push in. When damage starts happening, I can start getting the transfuses up. But yeah, at this point we've got level 42 attack. That's more attack levels than the Terran can get armor levels. So just heal these guys up and just walk through. Now, we're not quite max attack yet. Oh, yeah, we got close enough with the infested roaches, and you can see he still had SCVs for some reason. So we just immediately wiped out his backline and just melted through the wall once the buff went away. But that is going to be it today, boys. The Python build in all of its glory. So for now, have a good one, everyone, and I'll see you guys later.